Hello there. Okay, so you're going to notice that I have some cards up. I was doing your reading and noticed that the camera was not tipped enough to have it not be sideways. So instead of reshuffling everything, I'm just going to kind of go from here. I'm going to start where I was as far as I have the first two layers of cards down, and then I am coming through. This is your year ahead spread, and I am doing January as your current situation. So you'll know right away if this is resonating for you, because January is what you should be going through right now. So if it's not resonating, please check your other signs. So for January, we have mastering your skill or practicing something. This can be learning a new skill, going back to school. We also have deception and envy. So someone can be a little sneaky there, maybe jealous or envious. And then we have spirit letting you know that there is so much more that you haven't even seen yet. This is almost like the path I feel like the universe is going to have you take, to where you're going to learn a little bit and have an eye-opening moment here, like an aha moment, and then it might get a little bumpy, and then you kind of go through a whirlwind, and then it's just like, maybe some clarity on whatever this is. So if you are questioning why, what is going on with my life, or, like needing answers, feel like you have some haters out there or someone being devious, and working really hard on yourself and what you're doing. If this resonates, then this reading is for you, and that could be what you're going through here in January. So I'm going to move on to what we've already had pulled up for February. There is some lack of teamwork, lack of support, so that could have you emotionally withdrawing from a situation. You could feel not supported in your family, as far as maybe all the responsibilities of are on your shoulders, and you feel like you're not in a team. And then we have March. You're realizing that you deserve that partnership, that support. You realize that you are deserving of that. So it's bringing you to this crossroads, to where you need to make a decision. And this is about a relationship or a partnership. It's something that is not very fair or even or mutual. So this can be a relationship between a best friend. This can be a romantic relationship. This can be a partnership at work, something like that. It's not a good team. So we move into April with a new cycle. Things are going to transform, and this is kind of, we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. So this is multitasking. Well, when you're in the upright, it's multitasking and things like that. And this is the inability to commit to something or not being flexible, like, you know, you could be moving on from something because somebody else is having the inability to commit, or you're not going to be flexible anymore because you know you're deserving and you're moving on. So there's a complete transformation when it comes to whether it's that the partnership or a relationship. So then we move on. We're now at the Three of Wands here. The Three of Wands is like waiting for your ships to come in. Like you're supposed to be, you know, you're patient and you're kind of planning, like, you know, that you're planning on what's to come. You're kind of anticipating, right? So, and then we've got the third eye chakra and then playing it safe. So these together, like you see there's kind of like a celebration going on and she's kind of playing it safe. She's just gonna, you know, stay in the fence here. Sometimes when we get this can warn us, you know, like if we've experienced a situation before, then we're kind of expecting it to go a certain way. So just don't have any anticipations about like basically you could be trying to protect yourself and having these anticipations about how it's going to go, but instead of going from the past of what had happened, maybe use your intuition of what's going on now in the moment for this situation. And let's see. All right, so for June, it looks like we have the Six of Wands. This is like victory and success. And then there is the Two of Cups in the upright now. And that is, you know, this partnership that says spiritual union here. So this can even be like your relationship with spirit. Or, you know, with the victory, a lot of times this is like public recognition or somebody recognizing or acknowledging. So this could be, you know, this Two of Cups in reverse gets flipped around. Maybe the person realizes what they were doing and they weren't being a team. So now they've acknowledged that, and now it's more of a mutual, because this is like a mutual partnership. They're equally giving to this. So that is, I mean, that might be why this was kind of saying, hey, you know, don't expect the worst, or don't expect the, you know. So let's keep going here. We have for July, we have the Queen of Cups. She's a very intuitive person. This could also be talking about a Cancer, if you're dealing with a Cancer. Or maybe you are a Cancer, because I don't know who I'm reading for right now. And that's another thing I'm trying, because I want to do these readings completely unbiased. I've been noticing, you know, where I know my friends and family's signs. So when I'm sitting here, I usually draw the charms, so then I know who I'm reading for. Or even if I just go in order, and then when the reading starts coming up, if it starts seeming like a situation that a friend might be going through or something, then I'm kind of going that way with it instead of just going with my intuition. And so I don't want to know who the reading is for until the end, and then I will draw my cards for that. So We have the Queen of Cups, who is very intuitive, and that is for the sign of Cancer. And we also have recognition and reward. So here's another one of getting that recognition. So maybe just keep following that intuition. You know, this is also being very loving, and she's mastered her emotions. You know, like the page is kind of, I guess, what is the word I'm searching for? Naive. Let me pull a card for this. Oh, shoot. I didn't pull a third one for this or this, so let's go ahead and do that. So for June, let's clarify the Six of Wands and the spiritual union. Stuck energy. So this could have been, I keep seeing this rainbow up here where someone could have been stuck in a, you know, stuck in the mud, literally, like, well, not literally, but like stuck in a negative, stuck in their own head, stuck in their own situation, and they're not realizing what you were going through. But the rainbow came out, and that's how this this kind of turned more positive. Let's see here. So the recognition and reward, and Queen of Cups. Let's clarify those for July. Teacher. All right, so we started with the Eight of Cups, or the Eight of Pentacles, which is, could be learning a new skill, mastering a new skill, going back to school, working really hard, studying. So you could be getting recognition from a teacher or your guru, somebody, you know, like someone that, you know, you look up to, that you learn stuff from. And matter of fact, one of the things that it says when you're learning tarot and reading kind of the personalities of the court cards, the Queen of Cups is someone you go to, someone that can be there, you know, as like for advice, loving advice, things like that. So possibly that person is the Cancer sign. All right, let's see what we have over here. So this would be for August. We have the Nine of Swords and accelerated motion. So things could start moving fast, and that's causing some unnecessary worry. And I say unnecessary worry because that's what the Nine of Swords means, as far as it's kind of exaggerated worry. Okay. So let's clarify the Nine of Swords. Yeah, the anxiety and fear. It's like an energy. You know, possibly you got a promotion or something, you know, and then things start moving really fast, and it's causing some anxieties and some fears. All right, let's see what we have for September. So we have the Queen of Swords in reverse. Can represent a Libra. She is usually very fair and unbiased. However, she's in reverse. And then we have Choose Wisely, the 7. So that is about having too many choices and commitment issues. Didn't we have that over here somewhere as far as commitment issues? Like, what was that? I feel like I've already said that before. Yeah, what is this? 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Well, that's, yeah, kind of like no support. All right, so someone's not being fair, and then they have all right, let's go ahead and clarify these, because that'll give me more information as far as intention. Discovery. Choose wisely, it says. This might be you might be discovering someone's true intentions, or choose wisely because, you know, you might discover something later. Could have something to do with a Libra, but either way, something is off balance. It is not equal or fair. Again, okay, let's see what's here. October. 10 of Cups in reverse. Family troubles, possibly empty nest. And then we have spiritual strength. It's I keep getting drawn to this here, where it's like when the world gets so heavy, that's when we find ourselves really tapping into spirit to kind of help hold that weight. So cycle, decrease. So the contentment for this emotional relationship. I keep wanting to. Your happiness is decreasing with this, and it is weighing heavy on you, is how I'm reading these. Let's see, November. All right, rest and rejuvenate. So we have the 4, and we have the 6 of Swords, detachment. So these cards are actually very similar. They almost mean the same thing. Of basically withdrawing, getting yourself out of a situation and healing from that. So let's go ahead and clarify the Six of Swords and the rest and rejuvenate. Sorry. My sound stopped. The loving woman. Aww. It's reminding me of this one over here, of the deserving. Loving yourself is kind of what I'm wanting to say. The Six of Swords is basically saying, I don't know where I'm going, but I can't stay here. Like you're detaching from the situation. Loving yourself, getting some rest, and, you know, taking care of yourself. This is healing. This is moving to calmer waters, and this is healing. All right, what do we have for December? So we have the Universe and the Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands can be about a marriage, the unity, the four pillars, the stability of that. And the Universe is that final card. It's the world. It's a completion. So I'm going to clarify. Kindred partnership. Okay, so this is about a partnership, and it is about a big partnership. It could be, you know, a soulmate relationship. So the World card can be almost like a goal or lesson that has been complete. So there could have been a karmic lesson in this, and, you know, we come back into unity. You know, you kind of, maybe this was you confused at, I don't know what I want to decide. I don't know what to do. You felt like things weren't fair. All right, so with that, I am going to look under the deck. Bottom of the deck, we have loss. And under these decks, when I laid these out, we have these cards. So the Ace of Swords is like a spark of inspiration, or I'm sorry, that's the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Swords is kind of a new idea, kind of like getting mental clarity on something. And then we have material and spiritual prosperity. And then we have loss. So we do have this victory here. And then we do have this recognition and reward. So this teacher could even be you know, like a spiritual teacher. Um, it just, with this being a very intuitive person, maybe this in July is when you kind of meet this spiritual teacher, something like that. Um, getting this unstuck energy. Now there is a 6 here as well. So, and then I'm kind of going with numbers in every sense of the way of numerology, and right here is the 6 months. So that's why I picked these up. So this spiritual prosperity, we've got this stuck energy, and then we have victory from it. So this could have been, you know, something that maybe you went to marriage counseling, you know, maybe it's like a counselor. And then we have some clarity because we're needing to choose wisely, and there's the discovery here. So it's like you find something out. Maybe you weren't being very fair, and you weren't sure what to do, and then you found something out, and that's what was able to realize, oh, maybe I was wrong, you know. Or because we do have where we're not content and things are kind of decreasing and we're just feeling things are very heavy. So it could have been you discovered that someone wasn't, you know, they had so many options, you know, they were kind of not being faithful in that way. We have the Loss card over here, and you know, we kind of start with this emotional withdrawal, and then a transformation and stuff. It's talking about an event, and it's odd enough that it has a 2, and this is the 2 where this emotional withdrawal. This is similar to the 8 of Cups. Is this? Okay. I thought it stopped recording on me. It was letting me know something, and I was like, not again. This is basically the 8 of Cups, and the 8 of Cups is the I'm done card. Like, I'm walking away from this and onto something else. And sometimes it is about leaving something behind. So you might actually be losing a boat in the situation. You know, maybe you're married and you have to split the assets or something like that. But there is no partnership, and, you know, it could just be withdrawing from that, because it does look like things get better. Where is that one? This one is underneath the deck. So we do have, you know, we have some loss, and that kind of brings us into getting more spiritual, and some clarity comes in on the situation as well. But then it ends, it's like, what's going on here is, you know, like, is this person being shady or what? But then we've got these really great cards here. So I want to pull an oracle card for the moon and see where heck is that? All right. I think I'm actually going to plug this in a minute because I don't want this to die. Okay. Sorry, I was just feeling like I was having to rush, and I don't want to rush. Whoa. We got fear again, and then discernment. All right. So it's almost like clarifying this fear. We got fear twice. And then discernment, like the choose wisely. Like feeling, you know, like her head's in the clouds almost, like you just gotta really make sure you're paying attention. And let's see, let me put this back over here. So this reminds me of that nine of swords. Wow, and these are so similar. And there's even birds in both. All right. So what is under the deck for this one? The snow moon. This is purity. All right, I want to pull a relationship card, since we do have a kindred partnership. And the Two of Cups a few times. I'm going to pull a relationship card to see if there is any clarity on this relationship. Keep looking at this one. Watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, perception, focusing out. And then under the deck we have passion. Insane chemistry, like each other equally, having fun. That is the definition of the Two of Cups. It's that equal, it's very passionate, just that equal, you know, it can be about lust as well. This is making me feel that whatever this deception, envy, if it's someone at work, someone you're dealing with at work or school or something like that, they They could be a narcissist, like when you have that word gaslighting going on. But the passion is reminding me of this kindred partnership. So, let's see. Is there any other cards? Oh. Just trying to... I feel like I think these two are big ones. There is fear and the need for discernment, for sure. Some clarity coming in. Or the need for clarity. Because if I think that's what's going on, is we could be having that unnecessary fear where we're getting in our own way. She can't see. She can't see. I keep wanting to say, like, coming from a pure heart. Like, he's stuck and she's playing it safe. But behind them is what they don't see, which is the rainbow and the fireworks. If you look at this, there's a rainbow, a kindred partnership. If everyone's coming from a pure heart, then you might get there quicker. This, this happy, it's also stability. And Four of Wands is, it can be a unity, actually an actual marriage. It can be a celebration. I mean, that looks right there like they're celebrating. And I mean, the universe, it's just looks like halfway through the year. Like we're here, January, working hard, dealing with crap, feeling probably like it's all on our shoulders, kind of needing to be done with that, knowing that we deserve better. And not being flexible about it, basically saying I'm moving on, or, like making that decision to put your foot down. But it's almost like you know that this is a big relationship, to where you're not going to just say I'm out and literally like actually move on and then, you know, just kind of like throw it away, but you put your foot down and then you're patient. You're basically waiting for your person to get unstuck. And you get victory with that. And then you get that mutual. Okay, this is starting to make more sense. I'm just sitting here like, how does it go from happy, bad, you know, like, and then we have, you know, listening to your intuition and being rewarded for that. And you could actually be your person's teacher in the fact of teaching them to get unstuck. You know, maybe that's what it was. Or the recognition of, you know, the validation that, you know, things weren't fair. You know, he's unstuck now and things are great. Or this could totally be something like a, you know, the teacher, or getting a promotion, something like that. That would be in July. But then we have something moving fast. So that could be a promotion or the relationship. Now that, you know, he's stepped his game up, it starts giving you anxiety. You know, like maybe you start going, well, shoot, now I don't know if I'm good enough for him or her, you know, her, however, you know. Or you discover that they're still talking to other people or not being fair about something. Or maybe that's what you're thinking, because this is an illusion. Like, this can be choices or an illusion where you think you have choices and you don't. The Queen of Swords energy, though, is we're going in energy instead of just reading it as, you know, she's very fair if she's in reverse. She's very rigid. Like upright. This way she would be very fair and honest, but, you know, to the point. But this way she can be very unkind and dishonest. And that intention of being like that could be, the intention is to discover something, you know, but you're not sure what you're trying to discover. Maybe you're kind of, you're freaking out, maybe because the relationship is good and you're starting to go, it's too good to be true. He has to be doing something, or she has to be doing something. And then that can set the relationship. It kind of, the emotions and stuff can start, the person's not content anymore, or you're not content because they're doing it, you know, needing to rely on spirit to kind of say, I don't want to screw this up. You know, don't be your own worst enemy and have your relationship go down the drain, so to speak. So you can detach from your old way of thinking. You kind of rest and rejuvenate yourself, meditate, heal. And this is the complete opposite of what the Queen of Swords in reverse is. You become more loving, and that is who she is as well. The Queen of Cups is a very loving person, loving and caring. And then here we are at the union. You did it. Basically, you learned this is all like a lesson of your lesson, I think, is this. of knowing that you deserve something that you normally would have felt like it's too good to be true. I don't deserve something like that. And you're kind of self-sabotaging. But you do deserve it. You're going through a transformation. This is like a whole cycle where you're needing to heal and get, you know, like it's scary. All right, I think that about wraps it up. That was beautiful. So I think oh, actually I need to see who this reading is for. I guess, yeah, I will go ahead and do that. I have my cards that I've made. So I really need to make them again because I mean, even though I haven't been using them a lot to where I even know what those are, but all right, let's see who this reading is for. Libra. And now when I say I made these with a lot of intention. As far as you can see, there's 3 signs here. We've got Libra in the middle, and then the 2 signs on either side of here have to do with I don't know if you've heard, we've got, you know, our tropical chart, but we also have a sidereal chart. And sometimes some people read mostly through the tropical, but I wanted to set the intention of who the reading is supposed to be for, no matter what, kind of like on whatever chart, whatever scale. So I have this, and then I want to go ahead and pull one of these as well, and then we'll match it up to see what this is for. All right, air. Yeah, so this is for Libra. Okay, Libra. We have air, and then we've got, you know, I did the same thing for these, for the elements, as far as the water and the earth, and then there's some with fire. It's kind of like, if it's going to match up, then that's who it's for. So, Libra. Know that you deserve a mutual, someone to love you just as much as you love them. Know that you deserve that. And put your foot down and make them step up. Because when you do that, they will, and you're gonna have something great from the looks of this. Something very pure, and I don't know. This was a beautiful reading. If you like this, please like it, or subscribe, or both. Thank you so much, and I will see you soon.